So a question popped up in my mind recently, and it's, is there a point in which self-improvement can become too much? Like, how much self-improvement is too much self-improvement? And like, is there a point where being just like too immersed in self-improvement is bad? Well, yes. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So let's get into it. So if you don't know me, my name is Sasha, and I help young men improve their lives through this message of self-improvement. What I want to talk to you about today is when self-improvement becomes too much. It's when immersing yourself too much in self-improvement videos, self-improvement content, self-improvement habits becomes damaging. So how do you know if you're doing too much self-improvement, and like, why is too much self-improvement bad? Well, first off, too much self-improvement is when your only area of comfort in life revolves around self-improvement. When the only thing you do is like wake up, go to school, come back, consume content, and then go to the gym. Like, when your whole life revolves around self-improvement and nothing else, you're not actually like improving yourself to the point that you can be. And when your only area of comfort, when the only place you feel safe in is when, you know, you're doing good habits and you're reading books, when your only area of comfort is self-improvement, you're not living to your potential. So basically, too much self-improvement is when you become comfortable with like being disciplined and hitting workouts, and then things like going outside and seeing people starts to become scarier than a workout. Like, it's when things outside of self-improvement start to scare you. It's when the only thing you do in your day-to-day life is self-improvement, and like everything else seems harder than. Like, you need to be more disciplined about going outside than hitting a workout. Like, it's harder for you to go outside and to go see your friends and to go to the movies than it is to hit a big workout. Like, think about that. When you become a self-improvement addict, and when you just constantly consume content over and over and over again, and when the content you consume isn't even good and it's entertainment over education, and then you become this stinky guy who's on his computer chair all day, and who goes from watching one video to meditating, and then he doesn't open his curtains and everything. Like, don't get to the point where the only thing you're comfortable doing revolves around self-improvement, right? A part of self-improvement is being social, and I've struggled with this for a long time, because I tell myself that I'm naturally an introvert, and then I use that as an excuse to just like not see my friends and like not be extroverted. So that's when self-improvement is too much, when it starts to hinder other parts of your life. You just need to increase your area of comfort in life outside of self-improvement, and the greatest way to do this is through building a hobby, like sports, art, or music. Like, all that stuff is great, because when you build something outside of self-improvement, like, you don't become this one-dimensional person who's all about one thing, right? It's like, if you have that one friend who's just all about video games, and the only thing he does is play Valorant on his stinky computer chair, like, nobody really likes that person, right? You don't like one person who's only able to do one thing. Imagine if you're the guy who's able to, like, who's built a really good life because he is on self-improvement, but then who also like knows a lot about nature and goes on hikes and, like, plays a bunch of sports and knows how to play music. Like, that person is a lot more fun to be around than somebody who's just one-dimensional and who's a self-improvement nerd, right? Like, just don't become a self-improvement nerd. Go out there in the real world. Go do some fun shit with your friends. Go to a different country and study there abroad for a few days, like a few years. Like, actually living life is important if you really want to make a lot of progress. And like, actually going and doing fun things with your friends can be harder than hitting workouts, right? Because it's like, you've become so comfortable with being disciplined that other areas of life, like your social life and things that are actually important other than self-improvement, have become like hard to do. So don't be that one-dimensional guy. Take care, bro. Love you.